California Governor Gavin Newsom announced his plan today to redraw California state congressional maps to give California Democrats an advantage in 5 more districts in the 2026 elections. The move by Newsom is the latest escalation between Democrats and Texas Republicans. That's after Texas Governor Greg Abbott indicated he would redraw Texas maps to help Republicans expand their House majority in the midterm elections.
We're putting the maps on the ballot, and we're giving the power to the people.
And the person who has brought us together.
And with that, California Governor Gavin Newsom picked up the gauntlet Thursday that he says was thrown down by Texas Governor Greg Abbott and President Trump.
They want to rig these elections, and they want the power that gerrymandering provides, because they know what Donald Trump knows. He's going to lose.
California's legislature now plans to consider the redistricting measure on Monday to have California Democratic congressional representatives and their consultants draw up the new district maps instead of the state's independent redistricting commission.
We need to disabuse ourselves of the way things have been done. It's not good enough to just hold hands, have a candlelight vigil, and talk about the way the world should be. We have got to recognize the cards that have been dealt. And we have got to meet fire with fire.
The plan must now pass both chambers with 2/3 of the vote to be included on the November ballot.
But we're asking the voters for their consent to do midterm redistricting in 2026, 2028, and 2030 for the congressional maps, to respond to what's happening in Texas, to respond what Trump is trying to excite.
If it gets the 2/3 vote it needs in both chambers, a special election will be scheduled to approve the new maps. The California Secretary of State has said lawmakers will need to pass the plan by August 22nd in order to hold the special election on November 4th. The new California district maps would reportedly only take effect if Texas or other states move forward with their own redistricting plans. All right, so how do California voters feel about the governor's redistricting plan? To let Democrat lawmakers and their consultants draw the new maps instead of the independent California Citizens Redistricting Commission. The best insight we have into that right now may be the latest Politico Citron Center Possibility Lab survey. In it, 1,445 registered voters were selected at random to be interviewed in both English and Spanish. After a brief background explanation of the issue, they were asked, do you support keeping the Independent Redistricting Commission, or do you support returning congressional redistricting authority to state legislators? 64% said they wanted to keep the independent commission, 36% to return redistricting authority to state legislators. And by party, this breaks down the supporting of the commission: 66% Republicans, 61% Democrats, 72% independents. Preference by age was pretty similar, with younger generations, Gen Z through X, all choosing the commission over legislators, 62% to 38%. Boomers and older were even more supportive of the independent commission by 68 and 77% respectively. Now, the survey was conducted from July 28th to August 12th and has a projected margin of error of plus or minus 2.6%. For more information, for a link to the full survey and all the results, just go to our website, KMPH.com, and look for this story. Governor Newsom's office wasted no time in responding to the poll released today by Politico, saying, quote, you mean the poll that tested what we are not doing, getting rid of the commission? Don't be fooled by so-called experts who don't even ask the right questions. The Fresno County Republican Party, meanwhile, is joining the League of Women Voters, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Republican state lawmakers, California Republican congressional representatives, and philanthropist Charles Munger Jr. in strongly condemning the governor's effort to redistrict. In a statement released this morning, Party Chair Elizabeth Kolstad said the move is not about fairness, but about power. She went on to accuse the governor and Democrats of weaponizing the redistricting process to punish political opponents, calling it an insult to every voter in Fresno County. California Assemblywoman Kate Sanchez expressed her outrage in a post on X today, saying, quote, I filed an official FPPC complaint against Gavin Newsom for using your tax dollars to fund his ballot campaign. This isn't leadership. It's a power trip on the public's dime. Enough is enough. And Vice Chair of the Assembly Committee on Elections, 33rd District Assemblywoman Alexandra Macedo, issued the following statement as well, which says in part, Californians demand and deserve transparency from their government. Governor Newsom's sinister redistricting scheme is the opposite. There is no public input. In his quest to grab national headlines, the governor is proposing to dismiss the will of the voters. Governor Newsom's power grab erodes public trust in our government, undermining the commission's hard work to grab national headlines is short-sighted and insulting to voters. So what do you think? We'd like to know. Are you in favor of the governor's redistricting plan? Just chime in with your answer on our website. All you have to do, as always, is go to kmph.com/poll or scan that QR code right there on your screen. At the same time, Thursday, federal agents appeared to be conducting a raid outside the venue where Governor Newsom was announcing his redistricting plan. At one point, Newsom addressed the scene outside saying, quote, "Do you think it's coincidental?" The governor's office also shared video of the agents on social media writing, quote, "We will not be intimidated."